Hello, everyone. This is Carlos Cabrera, your host for Fintech today. We have a very interesting guest. His name is Axel Thibon from Wizest. The platform is really interesting because it wants to make investing easier, and we have him here today to explain to us how he intends to tackle that. Welcome to Fintech today, Axel. Very
Hey,
excited to
hello.
have you.
Thank you for hosting me. Thank you.
No problem. My pleasure. And I intend to basically like to ask you what makes Wisest different from platforms such as the I won't mention, but there are tons of them, and the most uh, noticeable, as you know, is Robinhood. What makes you different from them?
Yeah. So at the end of the day, there is like several elements, but I would say the first one is the fact that the way we create Wisest was from a personal frustration, being myself a non-financial person by training, and almost in the shoes of like most of us. Trying to start like investing at some point, and I wasn't able to find a solution that was working for me, and so that's why I decided to look at what was a problem and where I can solve, how I can solve that, at the end of the day, the problem that people have like today, and everybody almost go through the same journey, is like they start like their journey by like following the advice from them friends and say, hey, go to Robinhood, as you mentioned it, or E-Trade, or all these like platform that are free. But then like when you are in it, is like, okay, now what do I do? What do I buy? What do I sell? I don't have a knowledge, so I'm going to screw up. And so like if you want to do it seriously and not as a game, you go back to your bank and say, hey, can I get someone to help me because I want to start building wealth for my future, and the bank will say, yeah, no problem, but do you already have like $100,000 or $250,000 to qualify for a service and get a proper financial advisor? No, not yet. Okay, so come back in 5 years. And so like most of us are left with like I would say robo, or I would say automated solutions like Wealthfront, Acorns, which is fantastic if you don't want to hear what is happening with your money. But if you want to understand what is happening, you want to participate and to learn and to maybe have some human interaction, there is no way. So that's like that's when like Wisest came into play and say, hey, we need to find some solution. And the way Wisest work and the way it is different is like when you come into Wisest, the first big difference is that you don't see any stocks, any ETFs, any mutual funds, things that could be like abstract for a novice investors. You see people, and these people are like in the same way as like you see people in Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. You see this profile of experts that we selected from Wisest. So real financial experts with their credentials, their licenses. So people that do that for a living. And they are there, and they are offering some portfolios, some strategy about investing, and sharing who they are. And so as like a user, you can come in and see this profile and say, hey, I would like to work with like this person, but I don't want to have like all my eggs in the same basket. I can select 3 or 4 of them, and then I say, hey, I have $10,000, let's say. I can split this money in between these 4 people, and like Wisest will like replicate on your behalf the strategies of these people, and will track it for you. And so this way, it's a hands-off approach where you don't have to know about the particular stock or other securities, and it's like this human layer make it super approachable and super easy for people that are novice. And the last aspect there is like as we are like using these people, let's leverage them to the end and make sure that when they do some change and modify some things in the portfolio that affect you as a follower, they explain it and say, hey guys, today I'm going to sell this and buy that because of this and that. So as a follower, you're also learning about investing and what is happening with your money, and why. So I think that these are the main elements that make Wisest very different from other platforms existing in the market.
Axel, and one question our viewers might be asking themselves that you should touch upon is basically the funds are managed by Wisest, not by each individual advisor, correct?
Exactly, correct. So at the end of the day, these advisors, as you mentioned, are like the expert that we are like getting their knowledge, their ideas of like portfolios and strategies. But everything is owned by Wizest. So Wizest is a real company that will be like holding the funds, making the trades, and running also all the security and safety aspect for the clients.
Great. And technically, when I checked at your website, you define yourselves as a fintech company, or do you define yourself as a financial company? How do you define yourselves?
Yeah. So at the end of the day, as we are leveraging technology to be able to provide like I would say financial services, that we are like in the middle of like the fintech definition. So, but
Yeah.
like as we are also very focused on like investing and entry level wealth management, I would say. Some people name us also like as a wealth tech company. So, but fintech is like an appropriate word.
Nice, nice. And in terms of your fees, I try to get some info on that, and I believe that our viewers will definitely say, "Well, all of this sounds great," but they will say, "How about the fees?" So, can you please share with us what kind of fees you charge your customers and how that works?
Yeah, no problem. And here another like interesting point is like we try to make things very simple and to bring peace of mind to our users, because we did a beta version of Wisest where we were able to speak with like a few hundred people that tested it and give us their feedback. And so the fees are very simple. It's like we have like a 10 or $20 a month like subscription, and it's and we like to say it's the cost is like one Starbucks coffee a week to be able to have access to the platform, to be able to follow experts, learn
Yeah.
from them, have an account with money in it that is secured, trades happening in it without any additional fees. So everything is included in this like in this 10 to $20 like a month, and that's like that's how it works. It's very simple and basic.
Pretty reasonable if when you compare it to what you were talking about, having a wealth manager or any sort of a bank specialized advisor. It's sounds like a an interesting proposition. And how do you vet your advisors? Do you have a certain system that you follow? Because I know that our viewers will wonder about that too.
Yeah, and that's one of the part of the secret sauce like of Wisest. Like we make sure that all these experts that we have are like people that are coming with like three I would say descriptions. Like one is like we want to have quality people that have experience and that can build the trust also on our end users. And we don't need to have like thousand of them because it would be confusing for the end users to be able to choose.
Right.
So with just like I would say a certain number of like experts that are offering a certain number of like portfolios and strategies, it's more than enough to cover all the needs and have a lot of diversity in offering, and so that allows us to be able to vet them like one by one, like to meet with them, to do some background check, to track like their previous like record and experiences, to make sure they have their license. So we do like a very thorough like vetting process, and then like that allows us also to basically to select the best ones on our end, and on the other side, and to make sure that we have also the best ones. We have like a nice incentives for them because they are compensated for the value they bring to the end users and to Wisest.
Well, in terms of your advisors, the plan that you guys have, it's to have advisors to for your clients to have access to global strategies, or is it going to be focused just on the U.S. market?
Yeah, so that's a great question, and then we can start speaking about like what we can do in the future with that question. But so for now, like as we are launching now, we want to make sure that we focus and we make something that works and it's simple. So for now, we are focusing on U.S. Market. So what is available in the U.S. in terms of like securities, and for U.S. clients. But down the road, obviously, the the plan is to be able to evolve and to grow and to open to other markets and other strategies.
Great. And in terms of, I know that you touched upon a little bit on the kind of portfolios that, going back to your strategies,
Mm-hmm.
that your customers can build. Does in your planning, do you include, say, do you include the advisors, say, from different sectors, like, for instance, say, advisors that specialize in oil, advisors that specialize in options, in futures? How do you, what kind of advisors will you have in terms of sectors?
Yeah, no, great question. And like the I would say first thing like that I want to address is like as our I would say target users and target audience is more about like people that are like novice about investing and want to find a way to start and learn. We are like very basic also in terms of like the type of like product they can invest in. So meaning that options, futures that can become like leverage and complex and risky, this is not part of like what we do. We do like traditional securities, traditional funds, but like obviously, as we will have like clients that will come with from very diverse origins and with different needs, the ideas of building the team of experts that we have on board is to have people that will offer like very diverse like portfolios. So portfolio that could be like with different level of risks, different objectives, like could be like about growth or about income, different type of industries, and so on and so forth, in a way that we make sure that we have an offering that could fit all the needs of the different users, and allows also something that other platforms cannot do is like when you are at Wizest, you can say, hey, I'm starting. I don't know exactly what is my preference. So maybe I'm going to follow like with part of my money an expert that is more conservative, and with another part of my money some expert that is more aggressive. And this way, I want to see what I like, what I don't like, what I am able to handle in terms of anxiety level or not, and then like down the road choose what I prefer down the road. So that is something that when you go to any other tool, you answer a questionnaire at the beginning that will say, this is your profile, this is your portfolio, and that's it. You cannot say anything else. So here in Wizest, you are in control and you can choose, you can experiment.
That's great. And what if, for some reason, hopefully that doesn't happen, the client wants to withdraw? What are your policies in terms of that? I know that some companies have a 3-day policy, a one month. How easy are the withdrawals?
Yeah, so on our end, like I would say, like it's very simple. And again, one of our I would say thing that is very important for us is about transparency. So we say, hey, on our side, as soon as the funds are settled and available, you can like I would say withdraw this part of the funds without any problem. And the way it is done is like when we are onboarding the clients, we are linking like automatically their like bank account that they will use to fund Wizest, and from there we can have the money going in and out like without any problem and without any restriction, as long as like the money are settled from the purchase or the selling of the securities in the market.
Wow, that's great. That's so they basically takes an average of as soon as they settle.
Yeah, it could be like a day, it could be 4 or 5 days for certain type of securities. So that's like, but again, like as soon as it's available, we communicate with the client, say, hey, these funds are settled. Now you're free to reinvest it in another strategy or to withdraw if it's what you need to.
Right. And in terms of say the transfer, you know that a lot of times the funds transfer from, say, the client's bank to the company, say to Wizest. What do you guys take? Just wire transfers? Do you guys take? So it would be interesting for our viewers to know how you guys manage that.
Yeah, and we try to do that in the easiest possible way, and the way that will try to minimize also any fees on the user side, which is like ACH like a transfer, or like again through one of the partner that we're using, that is Plaid, where there is like the automatic connection, but behind the scene it's an ACH anyway. So this way there is no fees when it's coming from a US institution to Wizest.
Great, great. That's good. Great news, because a lot of people, when they look at fintech companies, I would say that that's one of the main concerns. How do they, send the funds and the redemptions, if it happens? Hopefully, not frequently. And Axel, what's your current roadmap for your company?
So yes, for the roadmap, like I would say, as we speak now, we're in the middle of launching. So we are like going live, like hopefully like in September. Like if you guys stay tuned, like you will see like a lot of announcement in our side, like going live, and also announcing some interesting partnerships that I cannot disclose now, but it's going to be very very interesting. And then in terms of roadmap, from there there is like two aspects. One is like in terms of the product and the features, and here we already have a lot of ideas that are like or like expanding, always going more in depth with like with investing features and wealth management features. So to allow like a different type of assets, like maybe at some point crypto, like or other alternative investment through the platform, like other type of account with IRA, 401ks. So this is like one aspect. The other aspect is like adding like more classical banking products with like deposits, lending, offering, to become like a one-stop shop. But again, like all these like evolutions that we have like in mind, we are going to prioritize it and plan it in function of the feedback of the users. What we want to know is like what the first users tell us, what they want, what they need, and so that's what we will do first to make sure that we satisfy their need. So that's one aspect of the roadmap, and things will occur obviously progressively in the next few months, few years. But then the other aspect is like also how can we reach our users in a best possible way and in a most efficient way. And so now we are launching as a B2C solution, but our plan is also to pilot and to do some experiment on the B2B, B2B2C side, partnering with like banks, credit unions, for example, to offer Wizest through them to their clients. So this way they can have like a product in between savings and wealth management, that there is no more gap then, thanks to Wizest. And then also like another interesting thing that we are going to go live very soon with one first partner is on the benefit side. So companies can offer Wizest as an additional benefit to their employees to complement the 401k. Say, hey, here with Wizest, like, dear employee, I care about you. I want you to increase your financial wellness, to learn about investing, to care about your future, and you can put together like some emergency fund that is invested and available. So it's not like the 401k that is stuck and you retire. So, right. So there is like a nice and interesting like opportunity there. So and we think that this way we can reach more people and more people that would be interested in Wizest.
For sure, that's a great strategy. That would definitely. There are a lot of employees that would like to get that support from their respective companies. That's a great possible strategy. And I wanted to basically leave the floor for you. If there's anything else that you'd like to share with our viewers about your company, anything else that you'd like to say?
Yeah, so I said just like two things. Like one, which is something that is also like very interesting to note, and we learned that through the beta version of Wizest that we did so far, and with like the 3,000 people that we have in the waiting list as of today, which is like unlike other investing applications that are out there, where in average I would say 75% of the users are male or men. With Wizest, 50 to 55% of the people that subscribed are women. So meaning that thanks to our like human layer and make it more approachable, more how to say again more human, and being able to offer this support and expertise to the users, we think that we found like a solution that is much more inclusive and that would help like more people to start investing. So that is like something that we found out like through all the development of the application, and that I think it's a great potential as well. That's one thing that I want to mention. And the other is like we are going live in a few days, in a few weeks. So I would say like if people are interested in what we do, like please come go to our website, like sign up to be in the waiting list if we are not yet live. And so to make sure that you can get all the information and be with us like as soon as possible.
That's great. I can certify that it's very easy because I already signed up as well as actually in a different section, but it's very well made. So, well, everyone, please make sure that you check out Wizest. This is Axel Thibon again from Wizest. We wish you all the luck, and we'll definitely stay in touch and watch your, all this new venture develop.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for the time, and happy to come back anytime.
Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.